A unboxing video, innit? It'll be an epic collection. I reckon it'll be an Hulk one. Some things never get old. Fucking hell. I am legitimately awful at that. Let's see, how am I going to get this open now then? I think just tear... No, ruined that as well. Let's try tearing from this side. Nope, again. This is the worst unboxing ever. We're almost there. There we go. Could have just used this and made it a lot easier. Captain America, Twilight's last gleaming. It's over. It's finally over. This is the very, very final issues of Marky Mark G's run on Captain America. As always, you credit the writer of the bonus content before the writer of the ongoing series. You always do that. You always do that. And who doesn't want to start a collection with a one-off story by another writer? Nicest thing I can say about this is that it is not written by Kurt Busiek. There is a very real threat that this would have been written by Kurt Busiek. This is the exact sort of thing that he wrote in 1994. He loves Iron Man, and he loves looking backwards to the Silver Age. And he loves looking back with completely inauthentic painted artwork that in no way represents that era. Now, really, to say about this, though, it was a one-shot they did. They did a few of them. They did Tales of Astonish. They did Tales to Suspend. That is this one. They did Strange Tales, presumably. I'm guessing that one was Kurt Busiek. It would have been Doctor Strange and maybe Hume on Fire or Samuel L. Jackson. Sounds more like something Roger Thomas would write. Amazing Fantasy, they might have done Amazing Fantasy. I reckon that would have been written by Kurt Busiek. And then we're on to the comics that I actually bought this collection for. Captain America 431. Another Marky Mark G issue, which begins with Captain America working out. Short guest appearance here from the Avengers. The Flash, Iris West, and then Scarlett Johansson. This is where we start breaking up Captain America and Rachel Diamond. I don't like every development in this. I like the art and some of the script, and don't like all the ideas. 90s style Captain America with pouches everywhere. People judge this, but come on, it's clearly taking the piss. I don't mind the sidekick characters. We introduce a free spirit who went nowhere. She doesn't appear after this run ever. And the other one is later on. But here we have Baron Zero and his wife, who claims to be his dad, and a bunch of orphan children they have adopted. There is some interesting ideas in here. It's weird and crazy, but exploring Baron Zero's role as a father figure is fascinating. His relationship and marriage could also be fascinating. I mean, you have that demented Hook that he thinks his wife is his father reincarnated. Definitely worth exploring this relationship, but we never got to because Kurt Busiek killed the wife off panel and said that it was all a bunch of lies. The art is by Dave Edgar Hoover. Very underrated, great 90s artist. You know what? I really don't like where we end up with Rachel Diamond. As I said, I don't like all the directions we embark on at the end of Marky Mark J's run. But the quality art combined with some interesting ideas, I think this makes it miles above some of the issues that preceded it. The other sidekick character we get introduced to is Jackson Flagg. He goes on to have further appearances. He is in a couple of Thunderbals, and then he joins the Galactical Guardians, believe it or not. Bonus point, he also appears in Marvel's Galactical Guardians, the video game. I don't think I have talked about that game, but it is very, very good. The writing on it is amazing. Like, I went in with low expectations, but my god, the writing is the best writing of those characters ever. If you don't like the Galactical Guardians, or if you don't like the movie version of them, that game it'll make you like the Galactical Guardians. It's brilliant. And all the characters have at least one classic costume, so you don't have to see them walking around in MCU style rags. Jackson Flagg, he has a pretty decent sized cameo in it.
What are you in for?
What? Nothing. Case of mistaken identity. They mistook me for someone who gave a crap.
Ooh, I like him.
Get back at you, Weasel. So how about helping a guy out? See if there's a door release or something.
On the topic of cameos, we have the Avengers again. This is when Captain America and Rachel Diamond officially break up. It happened off panel. I was about to say that Jackson Flagg and Free Spirit don't really have powers, but Jackson Flagg does. This is his origin story here, kind of. While fighting Mr. Hind, he gets exposed to the same chemicals that gave Mr. Hind his super strength. Mr. Hind was probably trying to bugger Jackson Flagg here. That's what the character does according to Leather Legion issue 3. Oh god, I forgot. They killed Jackson Flagg off. That was how they did the reveal. The Captain America was a Nazi all along reveal. He killed Jackson Flagg and then went, "Hail Hydra." R.I.P. Jackson Flagg. I like Jackson Flagg, and I don't mind Free Spirit. Actually, I might have mentioned this in the last one, but there's a belief that Fighting Chance is, in some way, a reference to the death of Superman. And the new characters we are introduced to are reflections of the replacement Superman. Jackson Flagg obviously being Superboy, Free Spirit being Supergirl, I guess. AmeriCop is Radiator Superman. It doesn't work. I don't really agree with it. One thing we do have is Marky Mark J wrapping up a lot of his story arcs and characters. So here we have a definitive end to his Serpent League of America stories. Captain America finally accomplishes a clear victory against them. They did a mini-mate of this Captain America. He came with Toby Jones, I think it was. There we go, this was it. This isn't even the shield that came with him, I don't think. It's just my favourite of the Captain America shields we got. I think he came with a gun as well that went in the holster, but I can't be arsed finding that. There it is with my preferred Captain America head. The colours don't really match, but you can kind of fudge it. This is my favourite Captain America because he doesn't have the same sort of mask. I don't like the eye holes on these slip over masks. This one is all print. I prefer that for Captain America. Don't worry, this isn't just an aside. Something else will be coming up in a few pages. So yeah, this is the last time Marky Mark G writes the Serpent League of America. And this here, the last time he writes U.S.Agent. The final part, or the official final part of Fighting Chance is kind of Dave Edgar Hoover doing a lot of pin-ups. Captain America is having one of those dreams that is an excuse for him to relive moments from his history. We get to see Dave Edgar Hoover reinterpret classic Captain America moments. It depends how much you like Dave Edgar Hoover's art. I do, so fortunately I like seeing these moments. What's rather dour is we don't get to see him redraw any moments from Marky Mark G's run. Stuff like him fighting U.S.Agent, that would have been a good one. Like a recreation of the cover to 350. Even the main story has pin-ups. Cap armour. We have the armour. Captain America has to wear armour. And it looks horrid. It too received a mini-mate. And I believe it was this mini-mate that this shield came with. My preferred Captain America shield. A nice shiny shield. Actually, I can better show with this one what you can do. Like here, I have taken off the chest piece and you can see there is a body underneath it. Get in a little bit closer, there you can see. And actually, it's kind of similar to the costume he wears in Martin Quaid's run when he becomes kind of no man again. So there is 4 Captain America mini-mates. As I said, this one came packed with, I believe it was Toby Jones. No, it was Red Skull Man as a robot. Or maybe it was Falcon Man. The armour was in a box set, which was Captain America through the ages. Cannot remember any of the other figures in the box set. This is the only one I got from it, I think. This one, my favourite Captain America, was in the Invaders box set. It came with a Bucky Man, Seaman, and a not very good Human Fire. But it's the only original Human Fire we ever got. Oh, it also came with pieces to make him the original design. A different head, and it came with the triangle shield. Well, the triangular shield. Is this one what came with Toby Jones? Maybe. He came with a bomber jacket that is the actual Avengers bomber jacket from the 90s. I've been meaning to buy a couple of these Captain Americas so that I have more than just the one Avengers bomber jacket. Maybe one day I'll show off my mini-make collection and my customs. Because it's easy to make characters, you just like take parts and swap them around. Back to the comics, the armour is bad. It doesn't look good. It's a shame that this design is what these issues are remembered for. The stories are at times quite good. Like here we have Marky Mark G wrapping up Flag Man. It is as much as the last time that Flagman was ever taken seriously as a character. Batman from the Defenders cameo. What? Isn't he dead? Huh? Nah, this is Dead Ringer, one of the new characters he introduced. He can take on the form of dead people, in this case Batman from the Defenders. There is a lot of touch and base, Marky Mark G writing various characters he has introduced for the final time. Here we have Anarchy. Then we get to a crossover, and what's interesting is they could have included Avengers 385 as well. It's weird that they didn't. Instead, you have part 2 here of the prelude. You're starting with Red Skull Man having defeated the Avengers. Personally, I would have included Avengers 385. They found time to include everything else to pad this out. Why didn't they include an issue that is actually important? Yeah, we have the Taken AIM crossover. It's not very good. Last time, Marky Mark G writes D-Man here. Taken AIM crosses over with Avengers. Captain America and the Avengers, they go to AIM Island. Red Skull Man is there. Superior is there. Amazo is there. And so are pages that you've got to turn sideways to read, which I love doing. Don't recommend it. It's not a good story. Captain America is going to die, and so we have him saying goodbye to things. There's a great scene with him going to see Bane in prison. He is open to find some reason for why Bane is the way he is, but he leaves unfulfilled. One of his friends, Arnie Roth, is dying. His biggest fanboy no longer likes him. But my favourite part is that he spends most of his last day with Batrock. Great scene, good use of Batrock too. And it is appropriate because Marky Mark G began his run with a Batrock story. And here, he ends his run with Batrock again. Bonuses, we have Captain America Collector's Preview. It's promotional stuff. Kind of funny picture of Marky Mark there. I wouldn't mind reading this to give an insight into some of Marky Mark's final issues. Another epic to add to the pile of epics that I have. I don't really enjoy the line. I'm glad that I'm about finished with Captain America ones. 7 thumbs up, I guess.